But up first, it's "Oh Captain, My Captain." Alex Rufer, the skipper of the Wellington Phoenix men's side. How are you, and how does it feel to be full-time skipper of the A-League men's side?
I'm really good, thanks, mate. Yeah, look, just really proud, eh? I've got a great bunch of boys, and as I said, just really proud to be the captain, and just want to do my best.
How did it feel running out there for the first time against MacArthur?
Yeah, a little bit of nerves, to be honest, but look, my process was just just give as best as I can, and don't change anything, and just play the game as it comes.
Look, in terms of your captaincy experience, Alex, you've been vice-captain of the Wellington Phoenix men's side for a number of years, but in terms of out-and-out captaincy, what has it been before now?
Look, for me, I captained the reserve team a few times many years ago, and then kind of made my way into the first team, and as you said, just progressed into vice captain after a few years, and look, now we're here. So look, I feel prepared, and as I said, we've got a great bunch of boys, and that helps massively. And I know they've got my back, so yeah, it's been good so far.
What's your style? Like, do you lead through your actions, or do you like to bark at people? Do you like to bark at the referee? What's the style that you have?
Oh, I try to stay clear of the referees, because look, at the end of the day, they're out there just doing their best, and once they've made a decision, you can't really change it, So look, I try to lead by example, and a lot of talking, but look, we've got a few leaders in the group, which makes it easier, as well. So I've always said to the boys, look, the more leaders on the field we have, the better we'll be. So yeah, look, as I said, I just try to take it day by day, don't change anything, and just get on with the business.
Who's in that leadership group? Am I thinking the likes of David Ball, Gary Hooper, for example?
Yeah, you said it, mate. Just right down the middle. Obviously, Ollie Sale right at the back. He sees the game. He's been here for many years. He's got experience, and look, he talks a lot, which helps. Tim Payne, David Ball, Louis Fenton, Gary Hooper. Those are the main ones. But look, I've always said it as well, even to the young lads, Ben Wayne, the ones who are playing every week. If you can lead as well by example and through your actions, it just helps the team and just adds a bit of value. So it's really good.
Like a lot of Wellington Phoenix football fans, I was sat there at the weekend watching the game, and in the build-up, the buggers across the ditch, they actually attributed the captaincy to Clayton Lewis. I don't know if you've heard that, but I mean, how does that make you feel on your debut as full-time skipper, and they're saying that Clayton Lewis is the captain?
Yeah, look, Clayton was pretty quick to remind me of that. I didn't see it until he mentioned it. He thought it was a bit of a gig. But no, look, for me personally, it doesn't really bother me. Of course, it's nice to have the captain sort of accolade next to you. But look, as I said, it doesn't really bother me. Clayton's a great player, and as I said, he gave me a bit of stick for it. But that's all good.
What does it mean to you on a personal level to carve out, or to continue to carve out, your own Rufer history? Because look, for whatever reason, your name is mentioned in a broadcast, and Australian commentators are going to say, Alex Rufer, of course, he's the son of Shane and the nephew of Winton. Winton, of course, was the Oceania Player of the Century. So how important is it to you to almost differentiate yourself from your other family members?
Yeah, look, I've had that from a very young age. There's always been a lot of pressure that comes with that. But look, as I've gotten older, I've learned to deal with it, and I try to just, as you said, just carve out my own career, and don't think too much about that. Just give my best every day. And look, I'm really, really proud to now be the captain of the club, because I've been here for many years, and I love it here. I love the club, and they gave me a massive opportunity when I first came, and now they've given me a even better opportunity now. So I just want to repay them and thank them with good performances.
I must admit I was a little bit taken aback when I was reading the story about you taking on board the captaincy, and they listed the Wellington Phoenix skippers over history: Ross Aloisi, Andrew Durante, Stephen Taylor, Ulysses Davila. There's only been 4 before you, and none of them have been Kiwi born and raised. So how important is it to you and your friends and family and the members of the Wellington Phoenix Club that we've actually got somebody who knows New Zealand football and Wellington Phoenix football inside and out?
I think it's really special. Look, as you said there, I've been at the club with a lot of those captains, bar Ross Aloisi, and I've learned off the very best, and I've tried to pick little things from each of them I'm still in contact with all of them as well. They're all great people. And look, for me, I'm just really, really proud. I think it's massive that it's a Kiwi. And look, I'm just the lucky one. I think, I'm very blessed that I've got this opportunity, and I just want to give my best every day, as I said, and make sure that I keep it.
Well, I wish you all the best for the rest of the season in that captaincy role, Alex. I hope it goes really, really well, and you just continue to grow with that captain's armband around your arm. Look, let's talk about the game itself, the first game of the season against MacArthur. I mean, we were calling it the Ulysses Davila derby. Incredible that you come up against the former skipper in the first game of the new season. How was that, trying to get a handle on the former skipper of the Wellington Phoenix in the middle of the park there?
Look, there was a little bit of noise about obviously Uli coming up to the game, as you're aware. But look, I told the players, and I was very focused on just doing my job. And the way we play, we try to nullify spaces for players like him. And look, as you said, we were lucky that we had him first game. So look, we just did our best. We worried about ourselves and doing the best we could.
There seemed to be a period just after half-time where MacArthur got back into it. But outside of that 15, 20-minute window, I felt, and talking to others, Jacob Spoonley, Jason Payne, they felt that the Wellington Phoenix did a really good job on limiting Ulysses Davila's impact on the game. Was it all about cutting the ball off at its source? So, putting pressure on the ball so that he would never receive it?
Yeah, look, exactly that. I think for the most part we defended extremely well. And when Uli did get the ball, we needed pressure on him straight away. We can't let a player like that have time and space to pick his passes. So I think for the most part we did do that. But as I said, I think most of the game we actually made them go wide and cross, and they only had one player in the box. So for us, I think that's that was our job done. If they're going wide and away from our goal, I think that's perfect for us.
That defensive unit effort was simply outstanding. You played a lot without the ball, but very few chances given to the MacArthur strikers. And when you talk about the pre-season, the late departure of Stephen Taylor, it didn't seem to matter on game day. The likes of Tim Payne and Laws, they really rose to the occasion, didn't they?
Well, look, as you said, losing Stevie was a big loss, but I think the good thing is that all the players have now stepped up, not just one or two, everyone. And the way we play, as you said, we defend as a team, as a unit, and I think, there wasn't a player out there that didn't do his job, and, that's really, really good. The lads who came off the bench, they were fantastic. And just everyone was, working extremely hard to, stop them from scoring, which, unfortunately we did concede, but, we got a point, and, now it's on to the next game.
I mentioned Tim Payne. How hard is it at the moment to be a Tim Payne in Australia? Because we know what's happened with the cricket captain, or no longer the captain. I mean, is our Tim Payne, is he copping it on social media?
I don't think he's copping it this time, but he copped it last season. He copped quite a bit. He had loads of comments and, some people commenting on his Instagram and things like that. And he was copping a bit of grief. But look, he gets on with his business. He's all good. Okay,
that's good to know. Yeah, because social media can be a hell of a thing, and whether it's a case of mistaken identity or not, those comments can be pretty harmful, can't they?
Yeah, exactly. I think unfortunately, the world we live in, there's always a little bit of negative stuff online, and but look, Payne gets on with his business. He doesn't take too much to all that sort of stuff.
Hey, in the game against MacArthur, there may have been a lot of defending and playing without the ball, but you created a lot of really good chances to score. It's almost like a theme at the moment with New Zealand football teams, though. Wellington Phoenix struggled to put the ball in the old onion bag at the weekend. The All Whites struggling to score against the Gambia and Curacao and Bahrain recently. Football Ferns at Tokyo 2020. Canada, we hope for better against the Koreans in the coming days. But can you put your finger on why we failed to pull the trigger in some clear-cut opportunities there?
I think for us, as you said, we defended extremely well, and I think unfortunately it just didn't fall for us. We had, as you said, we had some great chances, especially in the second half when we weren't actually as dominant. I think that for us, the more games we play, and the lads get fitter and fitter, I think we will put those away. I think the good thing is that we're creating good chances, especially when we weren't as dominant. So I think that shows that we're always dangerous, which is really, really positive.
Saturday night at 7 o'clock, you've got Central Coast Mariners. What changes for this game? I know that Reno Piscopo, he exited the game after 50 minutes, but I think recently he said that he's good to go. So are there going to be any changes? And if it's not personnel, is it a style of play? Is it a formation? What can we expect on Saturday night?
Look, in terms of personnel, that's down to the coach, and obviously against the opponents, Central Coast, they're a great team, so that we'll find that out in the next sort of couple of days. But in terms of the way we play, nothing will change. We'll be hard to beat. We'll be disciplined in our defensive structure, and then I think for us, especially this weekend, we need to work harder when we do win the ball. Because as I said, that in terms of attitude, we were second to none in defending. I think now it's just trying to keep the ball a bit better and picking the right times to go forward.
Alex, you've been a part of the Wellington Phoenix club for a very long time, as we've previously discussed on this show. But what does it mean to you to now introduce the Wellington Phoenix women's side? How important is that for the club and the country?
Oh, I think it's massive, especially for the women's game in New Zealand. We've been crying out for a women's team for a very, very long time, and we've got a lot of very good players, and I think it's a great opportunity for a lot of the women to showcase what they've got, especially a lot of young Kiwis. So I think it's really exciting, and we wish them all the best.
Hey, and just lastly, before we let you go, Alex, and you continue your preparations for Central Coast Mariners this week, is this season Alex Rufer gets on the score sheet? Just powered by the captain's armband. Maybe that'll inspire you.
Yeah, look, that's something that, obviously hasn't happened, but look, it's not from a lack of trying, and, at least I'm not a striker, but look, hopefully this season it happens, mate. I'll give you a Pele jump once it happens.
Mate, if you're a striker and you haven't scored after 80-odd games, then I don't think you're playing for the Wellington Phoenix anymore, let alone being captain. Alex Rufer, it's been a great pleasure to have you on the Kiwi Football Fix. Don't be a stranger. Go well against the Mariners, mate.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.